Prepare for action. Prepare for adventure. Prepare for a meck of a good time on the quest for the Quantum Rose. And welcome back to Quest for the Quantum Rose. When last we left our heroes, they had completed the task of herding the quantum cats of this prismatic stray. They had reassembled all of the pieces of the data print of a time crystal, a magical artifact of some incredible and very unique properties. And they had a lovely spot of tea with the Mother of Now, apparently a hard light AI construct whose only purpose was to guard this nexus in time and space, the pinch of the hourglass. Now, making their way outside from the interior of the temple. Everyone, please make sure your sirenscape. Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, as you venture out into the daylight and you head back towards the beach, you notice immediately something is very different. Specifically, the two towering 50-foot tall humanoid mechanical robotic structures flanking either side of your ship are new, and the two soldiers that come up to the ankle, standing in a somewhat relaxed posture, but also actively keeping their heads on a swivel and noticing you almost immediately. They're near to you.
Are they hostile?
They're not pointing anything at you.
I'm just gonna walk up, like, I've got my rifle just on my back. I don't have it at the ready to shoot anything. I'm just like, good morning, gentlemen. My name is Private First Class Boucher with the Coalition. How may we be of service to you today?
So the shorter of the two soldiers, who also seems to have the more stripes on their armor, pulls off their big bucket helmet of the Lakshay military, and you see a ponytail underneath as a short, purple-haired near human, pops her head out and just gives you a little discreet cough and introduces herself. I'm Lieutenant Cindy Liu. That's Liu. This here is my partner, Sun Goten. He pulls his helmet off, and there's a blonde, spiky-haired, near human.
So
he's a younger fellow. You can tell he's still kind of in that bright and idealistic soldier phase. And he only ranks a private according to his stripes.
So what about his brother, his best friend, Sun Trunks?
Sir, not appearing in this episode.
Oh, we're just a filler episode. Fuck. All right.
So now that we've dispensed with the introduction, what are you doing on this planet?
We are.
Do know you're trespassing. You landed here without permission from the flight command. We could have you shot on sight.
We thought we had the permission. The comms went down when we were approaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Roll deception check.
With everyone else also acting confused, or is anyone technically doing the help action? Wait, who's rolling deception?
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay, so she looks at you kind of strangely, like, you're really smooth, but I have audio tape recording of you contacting the tower and being told no. Good try, but you're going to have to do better than that. Next time, maybe when I don't have evidence. She's going to kind of give you the side eye and
You've got evidence from your recording. I can give you our own recording that has static when we didn't get an answer.
Don't bother. We've already hacked you. You've been gone for...
You touched my ship?
I wouldn't get hostile if I were you. And as she says that, there is a shimmer in the air behind you, and there is a third soldier who decloaks and like appears out of the foliage, just like a moving shadow almost.
I'm just gonna
And-
like put my arm to Callum, like stand down, pilot.
Towering above you, like 8 feet at the shoulder, 9 foot at the neck, is this lung dragonborn, like a Chinese long dragon, with a great serpentine neck, red scales with like gold trim, and a very long, flowy golden mustache that kind of trails back over his shoulder. And he puts his head down, kind of eye level with you, and he says, "It would do well to... We have a job offer, but not if you're going... We had to make sure we trusted. Now, do you want the job or not?"
Started with that.
I mean, if it doesn't involve chasing any felines.
If it doesn't involve me losing my arm again, I guess we're all ears.
Yeah, that
His neck kind of swings to the one side when you mention felines, as though amused, and he kind of like snarls back a chuckle at the idea of chasing cats. And he says, "No, no felines.
Cool.
Please accompany us back to our ship. We can discuss the details there and give you the payload to be transported.
I'm assuming that you're inviting us. I won't be losing my arm. All right.
We will treat you
Nailed it.
as honored guests until you decide to act dishonorable."
These guys have any markings on them, or like any just like
Yeah,
troop
so-
insignia?
I stare. I just give an eyeball at everyone in our
His-
party who isn't coalition.
Yeah, his name tag reads Yakabi Long, Captain. He's got like under his arm is like a really great big bucket helmet with some pretty fancy fucking stuff going on.
Right.
How many orbs with stars are on that helmet?
No.
Okay.
However, I'm going to send you to the Discord some artwork so you have kind of a visual reference of what the mechs. Wait, that's not the right. Sorry.
Yes, I love when there's artwork.
What the mechas looked like. This was courtesy,
Nice.
but we're going to wait a second. All right. So that one. They're pretty big files, so they have to go at a time. Oh heck. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna have to exit these out. These with file format. So I will show you in a minute. Moving on.
Yeah, did they have any like guild insignias or like faction insignias?
So everybody here, like, this is common knowledge. Like, you don't even have to roll for this kind of a knowledge check. These are like mecha pilot soldiers of the Lakshay Empire,
Oh,
which makes
Oh,
perfect sense
shit.
considering that you are currently located on the disputed territory border between the Lakshay and the Warhorde. So
You know, had I remembered that, I would have gone with a different bullshit bluff. Honestly.
yeah, a little bit rimward relative to the galactic hub, and a little bit rimward and a little bit counterclockwise to you is like the core of the Orc Warhorde, and then turnwise is Lakshay territory.
See, had I remembered that, I would have just BS with. I mean, the orcs gave us permission.
So you figure, based on where you guys landed, like relative to everybody's territories, this is probably a frontier world or a disputed territory somewhere on the contested border between these two factions.
like an outpost world.
Like an outpost world. There might also be a colony here, maybe that doesn't want to be bothered
Mhm.
because they're sick of all the fighting and
Right.
they're just ready to get on with living.
Yeah.
And you do in fact manage to glean that kind of a detail from a few minutes casual conversation with the soldiers as everyone prepares to take off. When they found that you weren't going to be immediately crazy hostile and just shoot them without speaking first, which they were prepared for you to do, they kind of take on a more genial tone because they understand mercs and they tend to get along better. So they don't seem hostile exactly, but they're very reserved and close about their secrets. But they do admit that there is a colony here that has been giving them aid and is just wanting to get out of the whole war business and does not like anybody coming to visit, and that's why the xenophobia.
Right.
Having said all of that, as you travel up to the ship, you're provided coordinates to park in the shuttle bay on what looks like, as you approach it, a ginormous robot with his arms up in space.
Is he praising the sun?
No, okay, so this is the layout of the ship is very humanoid in design. The forward sections are like forward into the port and starboard of the command deck, which would be in the head, and in the arms section is all of the launch bays and all of the the shuttles, and a lot of the offensive capabilities are in the front. So primary weapons fire comes from the front of those two.
I'm still gonna nudge Koreos and just point it out and be like, point out the like arms out, and it's like, so there's fault.
Yeah. The main body of the entire structure seems to be mostly like engineering, power generation, maybe some residential or crew quarters stuff, and then the entire back section is just the drive. The whole like star drive section is in the back and the legs. He's got big fat Mega Man legs, just for representation.
Nice.
So yeah, as you guys land somewhere forward of the wrist in the main shuttle bay, you're greeted by Captain Long and Lieutenant Liu, and you're escorted from your shuttle into basically kind of a sparse but efficient guest quarters, right? They have a small matter replicator here for food, nothing too fancy, but it's not just rations and water. You do notice as you're walking by that some of the soldiers here kind of look maybe a little bit haggard, like they've been doing this for a long time. Maybe they've just been having a run of bad luck, or something's turned that is starting to wear on the morale around here. And they put you in a room, and you can wait to basically take a short rest in the span of time that you'll be waiting to speak to the party commander.
Okay.
Wait,
but
how long is this short rest exactly?
it's an hour.
Ah, dang! I was gonna say if I could. I think my long rest was 4 hours. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, it's just an hour. But eventually you are brought before the ship's the actual admiral who's flying the ship. They are a full human. They just introduce themselves as Tong, and they tell you that we have a precious cargo, a unique bit of research that cannot be lost to the hands of the orcs and must be moved back further into our territory and secured. We don't want to send one of our own forces because they will be immediately marked down and hunted, but a third-party ship, such as yourselves, might have a better chance of survival. They have a blockade markered out in one of the major intersections where ships may land prior to jumping into the rift or into the Maw territory, trying to ambush people who are trying to get home the slow way. So, as we travel, we may run into some problems. Are you prepared for combat?
I just.
No, ship-to-ship combat.
We've seen our fair share of action.
That too.
Just sort of just nods over to Caxaws with his space sharked up gear.
So there's going to be a kind of a pause and a moment and sort of a glance that's going to be exchanged between Captain Lung and Admiral Tong, and
Plus, we got shot at by a bunch of assholes.
haven't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Are any of you rated for pilot combat duty?
Yo,
Went over Kala.
Would any of you care to pilot one of our mecha as a defense runner?
I raised my hand.
Willow's also, like, has her hand up as well.
I
We're a
mean,
bit
someone.
short-staffed right now. We've had some hard-pitched battles, and we've lost a lot of good people. But we've been able to reclaim and refit the mecha, and they're serviceable, ready for combat again. We just need some more pilots.
Willow's like, I'm usually used to handling tubs, but you give me a mech, I'll do my best with it.
I'm not the best pilot, but I'm one hell of a shot, and I'm happy to run support. I'm one incredible shot. Oh, he's reading something. I thought he was just doing the character, just look at me with disbelief, just like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
It's probably a bit of both.
A little bit of color, a little comedy.
Mhm.
It just there's a momentary reflection of we're doomed.
Okay. It's like that moment with the Nova Corps in Guardians. He may have made a terrible mistake.
He said, "I'm not an all-the-way dick. I may be an a-hole, but I'm not an all-the-way dick."
Mm-hmm.
Did you believe what he said? No, I don't think anybody's 100% a dick.
Oh boy. Okay.
That movie's good.
That is.
Chicken.
Sorry, I'm trying to get that. Damn it. Trying to get that new frame artwork put up on Discord, and it's fighting me.
you're still running your tablet, aren't you?
I am.
Along with Sirenscape, Roll20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that. So how's things? No.
Things are doing good. I forgot to write down my feat for leveling up, but I'm doing it.
Okay, good. What is your feat for leveling up, since you mentioned it?
I decided to take everyone's advice, pick that like leader one later, and I picked up healer because I only have 3 spell slots for cure wounds, and having extra healing ability is always on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Captain Long will escort you back from your meeting with the Admiral down, and he'll take you pretty much straight away down to the flight deck, the hangar, where they store the battle frames. Why is it? Okay. I see what I did wrong here. Sorry. You basically have 3 major choices. And I'm going to get out the book so I can recite them to you because I don't have it handy. All right. So you can choose the Ashigaru frame, which comes with a Naginata attack and a Mega Laser beam weapon with a recharge of 5 to 6. Recharge on 5 or 6. So it's a bit like a breath weapon almost. It's not a line, it's a single target range attack. And then a reach attack for the Naginata with 1,000-foot range, and it deals 1d10 plus 3 mega slashing damage. The second option is the battle frame with a giant katana, or a missile barrage, like a Macross missile massacre, basically.
Right.
And then finally, the Ronin frame, which comes with a Tetsubo, so the gigantic Oni club, right? It's like a big, long bat with like an octagonal head on it, with like a long
A bunch of
head.
studs.
Yeah, and a bunch of big metal studs, like each one of which is the size of your skull, right?
Hot.
Yeah, these things are all 50 feet tall, and kind of like tower over you, even while they're kneeling.
I can only use long swords, and you have to have long sword proficiency to be able to pilot the battle frame, so I'll take that one.
Okay.
Now grab
think-
the range guy, the one with the longest range weapon, and I guess that's the one with the Naginata.
Yeah.
Technically, you could take either of those ones because you're a ranger, you're proficient with all weapons. So for the Shigari, you need to have proficiency with halberds, and for the Ronin, you need to have proficiency with mauls. So
Actually, I'll let somebody else pick first because with either one of those, there's a good range weapon option that I can abuse. So
yeah, so I forgot to tell you, the second feature on the Ronin frame is a shield generator. Basically, it says, as an action, you can activate a burst model shield generator, granting your frame a shield that covers all of its sides with 20 points. Unlike other shields, these points don't recover naturally. So
Is that the third
strong. That's the Ronin frame.
actually, I'll go for the Ronin frame if nobody else wants it. Look, I run support. I'll pick up a shield and get in the way of things. Well, actually, that's Caxos' thing.
No one should let me pilot anything.
So
Caxos must pilot it.
So
I mean, if you tell me to, I will. But let's face it, nobody should.
Alright.
all
I'll
right.
go for the one with the shields and the Naginata. No, not the Naginata.
Tetsubo.
The Bomb Club.
The Tetsubo.
The Tetsubo.
Okay.
The horny
So-
jail cinder.
Yeah, so your stats are the same as if you were using a maul. Do you have maul proficiency?
Let's see.
It should be martial melee
I'm a
weapons.
ranger, so I have all martial and simple weapons because rangers basically
Then yeah,
have
you
the
should be
fighter
fine.
weapon proficiency.
Then yeah, you should be fine. So that is good. Hello. So I sent the missile and sword image to the Discord.
So cool.
Now give me just a hot second, and I will send the Naginata and beam weapon guy.
Sorry about that.
Probably
Maul's
should
a
be.
strength weapon. I'm not a strength character. Fuck.
I mean,
Technically, the helper will be 2.
yeah, all the weapons.
Oh, worm.
I just
They have
realized I should
their
probably
own
change.
attack modifiers, though.
Okay, that's good.
I'm sorry, what did the Mighty Forehead say?
Oh, the Mighty Forehead was just saying that he forgot to change the music from the jungles of Fornax to the spaceship surface background audio for the ship, but that's all fixed now. All right. So, all right, we've all settled on what we're getting?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm guessing Call is just going to pilot the ship.
She's better at defending cargo than she is worrying about offense.
Well, they're not going to clear the hero's journey to launch during the middle of a dogfight. just to protect the asset.
Right.
So basically, your role here is to get past the first wave, and then once they've secured the front line, you would be doing a run against their second string, and then once you've got out beyond once you've got out beyond their threat range, you would warp out.
I have to pull up the stats for this
So
fighter.
part of this evening would be what amounts to like battle tactics, and Captain Long would be going over and describing to you what the plan is here, what they know about the intel of the area based off of what they've seen from other ships who've been attacked by these people. Because like these ambushes have been set up here for a little while now, and it's been sort of putting a kink in their supply lines. So this is kind of a make or break thing, and the asset that they've recovered, while they don't go into details of any great length, they do mention that it's something that if they didn't secure it and keep it out of the hands of the enemy, it could shift the tide irrevocably towards Horde control of the entire sector. So they're taking this very seriously.
As long as it doesn't explode, it should be good.
No, it doesn't explode.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
But one quick. Wait, sorry, no. I think this has been answered already, never mind.
yeah, everyone go and get yourself a nice long rest. If you have any medical needs to be seen to, you can please visit our infirmary. You can visit the armory if you need to restock or reload any weapons. But tomorrow be prepared to fight and be prepared to die.
Rather grim way to put it, but we'll see you in the AM.
That was a great question, Kala.
We're not shooting you for trespassing on Lakshay territory.
Now, I have another
No.
question.
But you're shoving us into hostile space, which is effectively the exact same thing. What do we get out of this?
I believe my pilot here is wanting some sort of compensation for fighting for you. We're fully ready to leave if need be. If you just want us to peacefully leave, we'll peacefully leave. This is an additional service that is being provided by us for you at your request. So I believe some expenditure may be in order.
So you see, like, his eyes, Captain Long's eyes narrow a little bit, and he sort of takes a long breath in, and he doesn't answer you right away, but he seems to be kind of gathering his reserve to not perhaps eat your face. Let me be very clear. You've insulted and intruded on our territory. We're within our rights to shoot you out of the skies, and it's within our rights to destroy your ship and burn the cave that you... We decided not to, as we have a use for your talents. Now, should you choose to answer our kindness with insult, well, we would respond appropriate and demand satisfaction. However, as I recognize that this is a rather unusual request, should you successfully deliver the package to our intended destination, you will find a healthy compensation of some 3 or 4 figures worth of credit.
Okay, that's my kind of kidnapping.
No. I thank you for your gracefulness and generosity, and I don't believe my crew will have to prepare to die tomorrow, because I believe we will perform excellently to carry out this mission for.
I certainly hope that is the case.
You guys need to start leading with that. That's twice you've given us the information we needed at the end of conversation.
You'll have to excuse my pilot. She shoots rather straight and without much, and I just elbow Kala, formality.
Okay,
You
a
realize
critic.
you're the only ones enlisted, right?
Right now, you're enlisted too, friend, by this guy. But this lovely sir.
Why? It's kidnapping. We're kidnapped. It's fine.
Cal,
but
We're
kidnapped.
not. We can.
We're literally being press gang.
We,
It's called luck.
is this all being said in character? My question is this being said in character?
Yes.
So, yes, in a fashion,
Look,
this is
yes,
effectively being press ganged.
Look,
the other
I'll
hand-
just like
You did get
Can you-
caught.
yes. Can you just don't take any of this personally? Let me have a word. Yes, we're being fucking press ganged and it sucks shit, but we're getting paid for it. So like, if everyone could just calm down for 5 seconds, you're all skilled fighters within your skilled combatants. I don't think this is going to be an issue. We're getting press ganged, but we're getting fucking money. Are you happy?
Money is good, but I do have a question because I've seen food replicators, and I need to know if they do Blurskerian roaches.
That's actually a good question. Do you have those scary roaches?
Like his head literally does that. Like
Does the tilt?
Like I want to just like retcon and add into that site, add into that little thing I did. Yeah, they could have fucking. They are fully legally. They're legally obligated to fucking kill us right now. Just let it be.
I don't think the term is obligated. I think it's just that they're legally within their rights to have shot us.
You know, his pressing this feels like it's an obligation that he's actively ignoring for our kindness. So if you just be so kind, let's just fucking do this. We'll get out of here alive, or I'll eat my fucking left arm. And I raise my bottom arm up.
What about the roaches?
What about the
You're welcome
roaches?
to go look for it yourself. I don't know.
Thank you for your generosity.
As they're leaving, I'm assuming we're heading out. As we're heading out, Willow just leans over and just to Val and just goes, "If you don't eat it, I'm sure the orcs will if we die."
Oh, somebody's gonna fucking eat it, I swear.
Are we back on the ship yet?
They're not leading you back to your ship. They're leading you back to your guest quarters.
Our prison cell, if we're using everyone else's term.
I mean, they don't have a force field on it. They don't have bars on it. They do have guards on it, but they're very
So,
polite.
So yes,
Well, like
our
prison
prison
is still a
cell.
prison.
Our prison cell, yeah.
I don't have the food replicator. I'm gonna try it.
Okay, make me a technology check.
No, I'll assist.
No.
No.
I will actively prevent Kalahari from assisting.
I'm just imagining everybody she starts to go for it. Everyone's like, wait.
Wait. We can take care of this ourselves.
I want to see this.
Like-
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
He has to learn
Technology-
sometime.
He's a bug boy. It's close.
Technology goes with intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes,
I'm sure
sir.
I'm not proficient. Okay.
I thought it was against your religion, anything technological.
19, but I don't mind failing.
Astonishingly, you find the roaches.
See? He can do it.
It turns out picture menu ordering is very effective for Scathari.
Oh, so we're at space then.
Did I just threaten the machine?
No, you managed to find the section for bugs that you thought maybe was like food for bugs, but it turns out to be food that was bugs. So by a lucky stroke, you managed to find the section for roaches, and then you found the picture.
I will like have a big bowl, a big bowl.
You will have
For-
a big bowel after this.
Yeah. No, but like a big
You want a big bowl of roaches? Yeah, I got you.
to share for everyone. I will
Oh.
bring them.
Oh,
Like, hey, I
So
found
kind
them.
of you, Like right after Caxos finishes, I'm gonna go to the machine. I'm gonna order a coffee, but I forget to get out of the bug session, and the coffee's made of bugs.
no, the coffee's just bugged you.
It's just
Why
bug
would you
juice.
do that? Oh god.
While all this is happening,
It still tastes fine.
while the peanut gallery is happening, Willow is just laying back on like one of the cots, just trying to think back and trying to remember if she knows any orc channels or any orc code from her time working with Grax.
Okay, go ahead and make me a history. What you
History, it's not good, but we'll see. Depends on
do you have any kind of a background or like backstory that would put?
I mean,
in a
she worked for
place-
Grax's guys.
Yeah, I work with Grax's guys.
Yeah,
and
but
I
like
speak
that's less about like orc warhorde and more just about the guy wasn't.
right.
Well, he did it specifically to employ disenfranchised races, like starting with his orcs, with his orc family and neighbors.
So was this?
Plus, I
was this more of a
speak work.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So was this more of like just scanning the either for like orcish like
Or just-
spray out there? Or what?
Just trying to remember if I've done any jobs that I would like know any like orcish transmissions or like phrases that I could use potentially to bullshit us past something.
I mean, the mission statement made it pretty clear this was not going to be a talking kind of, but
Right.
um,
Or just something I could just throw into
You think
comms to.
you think
So
you might be
confusion.
able to look up his- yeah. So
I'm pretty sure Koreos knows the words for "this explodes" in literally every language.
yeah,
Yeah.
espionage and stealth are definitely not qualities that are going to be required for.
Right. But I would still probably want to know it anyhow, just to sow confusion, maybe.
Okay,
Not to
well,
make that call for you, but I just
go,
felt it's
go ahead
accurate.
and
Yeah.
go ahead and do your history check, and we'll see how it goes.
Right. Yeah, double eights.
Also, if it's an obscure enough language, bowling somebody over usually.
Yeah,
causes
no,
the
you-
signal, like you stay away.
You think you might be able to tell somebody where the bathroom may not be able to?
Yeah. I don't know any warhorde code.
Can I? Do I need a roll to remember the words for eat lasers in orc?
That's cool. Will speaks.
Well,
I'll say if you can find yourself an arcane terminal, you can definitely do the Tranlang.
Kala, I need your help.
All right.
This could have just been a long rest, and we could have just skipped to the next thing. But honestly, I think it's better that we didn't.
This is the beginning. Yeah, this is like this during the long rest. This is all the shenanigans it gets up to. Okay, so I need everyone to tell me if you're going to be on the stage 2 crew with the hero's journey, or if you're going to be running with the Mecha frontline. Who's going and who's staying?
I mean, if we're piloting mechs, are we supposed to be at the front line, or are we escorting, or are we allowed to escort?
The idea being that if you're mechs, you're going to go out first, and you'll be up in the thick of the front line of fighting to clear the path for the hero's journey to punch through and make the breakthrough, and then your role shifts to being an escort.
Right.
And then you're supposed to follow her. And one thing that I just realized I forgot to mention, they're actually going to be fitting an experimental, basically, they're slip grips. They're slipgate grips. They allow the dark matter field that wraps around your ship when you teleport, or when you use the dark matter engine. It basically creates a small localized slipgate, but they're like handheld suction cups, and they're meant for like drop actions with Mecha to like get in, detach, launch themselves off of a small ship. The ship gets out. Right, it's a hit and fade kind of thing. So they're experimental, but they've been tested a couple of times and work so far very well. And the idea being that when you're out, the slip grips attach yourself to the ship and then warp out. And then you submit the Mecha when you landed at the Moste.
Lakshay officials?
Yeah, to the Lakshay quartermaster there. That was the word. So I've submitted the second pick, the Ashigaru frame.
Alright, so
I assume I'm going to be in the engine on the hero's journey.
I sure hope so.
So
And you could always pull a Hiro Yui and throw an exploding mech at them.
that is an
They ask that you please not destroy the Mecha.
intentionally at least.
Well, I mean, they will know if you like pull the self-destruct button before you have a need to pull the self-destruct, and they don't look kindly on that.
I mean, they wouldn't exactly have a choice if you've already pulled the button. And
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but they could still shoot your life pod out of the sky while you're drifting, waiting to get picked up.
worth it.
Wait, life pod? What do you mean life pod?
Yeah, right. No, come to think of it, you're right. There's no life pods on these, just life support system. All right, and
So,
y'all are gonna love the Ronin. All did just
Okay,
the best
so
job.
I guess Kala, I assume you'll be piloting the hero's journey.
Nah, I figured I'd leave it parked here.
What the
You're
whole
the
time?
best pilot I've ever had.
I'm
Cax,
sorry,
buddy.
you don't have. We're in this,
I
unfortunately.
work with you, okay? Look, we work on the same ship. What do you want from me?
There's the third frame type.
Yes, I'm loving the Dio pose.
Very nice.
You're the best pilot I've ever flown with. Is that better? I hope that's better.
She's trying to have a moment, damn it. Engage!
Nah,
Willow kind of looks incredulous at that.
I'd disengage.
Oh,
Cax, buddy, where you want
as
to
an
go?
action.
Bonus action isn't. Damn rogues.
So
Cax,
when we look
you
at
know-
the cockpits of these things, what is the setup for these things cockpits? Are these going to be just your standard sit-ins, or are these?
Yeah, they're more along the lines of like the Gundam style chest cockpit with the seat and the butterfly controls, right? Less like the G Gundam like VR treadmill bullshit.
Because
Hey, I love that VR bullshit.
Okay, it works in some applications, but not for this. I feel.
my head was more towards the Gurren Mark II from Code Geass, the whole motorcycle kind of setup.
You mean like the forward leaning bit?
The forward leaning bit where it's literally like a motorcycle.
No, but we can talk options about some of that stuff sort of later.
Yeah, whenever we get the chance to have
There-
something, which is
There is a modification you can make to Lakshay ships to put them in a transform mode. So they basically they lose their 360 maneuverability, but they gain speed, and they basically like turn into more of like a fighter jet than a mecha. So
Right,
it's like the Valkyrie transformation.
right.
So if you wanted to have a mode where if you decide later on to pick up a starfighter of your own, and then you wanted to customize it how you decided to do that, like that could be an option. These
No,
ones
it's just my
happen.
nerd brain.
These ones happen to be more of the
Yeah, just,
the armchair general variety of combat.
right.
So would you say it looks anything like this at all?
Like
Sending a
this.
picture to the chat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess we can get it. We can get away with Voltron. That's not an inaccurate depiction of the interior.
Nice.
But yeah,
Okay.
let me go ahead. Do you need me to post stats for your shit to the chat?
I got the PDF up.
You do?
I-
Okay.
Took a picture of it, so like I'm good. Or
Awesome.
Faye has it up.
All right.
So I'll be taking the Ronin frame.
I got the battle frame.
Battlefield. All right, and I'm assuming Cactus is going to stay on the hero's journey with
Okay, hang on,
our
sorry.
engineer and pilot, unless Cactus is
Time out,
feeling
time out,
very
time out,
frisky.
Time out.
Time out. Time out.
Time out.
Valor, you're in
Time
the Ronin. You
Yes.
The battle frame.
Okie dokie Loki. All right. What is Caxos? What is Caxos?
So I'll go to the hero's journey and I'll look at Kala and say how hard it is to use one of those guns.
Like, are you asking?
It's about the same as ordering your cockroach. You just make sure that the picture is centered on our targets.
I mean, I know how to shoot a Scatharian crossbow.
It's not much more.
Okay.
It's basically a really, really big Scatharian crossbow.
Yeah, you just line it up and.
Does Scathari have ballistic?
Yeah. I mean,
Basically that.
we also have like Scorpitor cannons, which I can use.
So
I am
kinda
allowed.
Like
Okay.
that. Kind of like that.
I'm sorry, the DM says come again? You have what kind of cannons?
Scorpitor cannons.
I'm going to need pictures on my desk by Monday.
I just winged that. Don't do this to me.
You want to make a name for yourself as a monster hunter or armor smith?
Yeah.
You gotta come correct with the shit when you come up off of a handle like that. It's okay. You don't have to actually make that for me. But
I
sounds
mean, it just I was just picturing like a scorpion cannon. Fine.
Axel, so you remember that centipede we built at dinner last night? It's just like that.
like does it shoot centipede
Yeah,
scorpions?
it's a little bitty toy catapult that flings centipedes.
That's horrifying.
But effective.
it's
Oh yeah.
It's pretty damn amazing if you ask me. All right. So,
It's all getting the gun.
has everyone gotten their prep ready? We all know their roles.
Let's do this.
All right. So the dawn of the next day, and everyone's down getting set up in the. Everyone's getting set up down in the hangars, and everyone's kind of like tense about this battle. Like there's kind of this idea that this is a make or break sort of mission. And does anybody want to try and do anything to engage with them and boost their morale?
Can't really think of anything. Well, Willow probably hasn't worked a lot of stuff with them. She's just like looking around. She's just inspecting it, having really only seen these things a couple times in the field, probably on like cartoons or something. She just wanders aloud to one of the technicians. Am I gonna have to wear a suit?
You mean like a flight suit? He looks confused. Like you don't need like a life suit to go out in it. I mean it's sealed.
No, I meant like
But like
this-
you're wearing
I meant more like
what? You want some armor?
No, I meant more like it's not like we're on those like that one show where you gotta wear like that special like suit where it looks all baggy, then you press something on your wrist and it goes like skin tight like a freaking cat suit. Do I?
What the hell's wrong with you, kid?
I walk up next to the guy she's
I
talking to.
I haven't
Tell her
driven one of
yes.
these
Tell her
things.
yes.
I haven't driven one of these things before. I'm used to ships. I'm not used to mechs. Don't you watch?
Take your weird leather fetish out of here. Just go get a fucking mecha.
You guys don't watch cartoons at all?
Are you king shaming my friend?
This guy is like super into his period dramas and does not know what you are talking about.
She's like, whatever. Whatever.
I will remember this leather fetish.
I don't know. I'm not sure if she was asking because she wanted to get into it or because she didn't.
That is an investigation for a later episode, my friend.
She just didn't. She's not piloted one of these things. She doesn't know if she needs to wear an Ava style plug suit.
No, but again, when it comes time for your suit, we can talk.
You asked me to do something to boost the morale. I just thought that maybe a person who doesn't know anything about Mecha that could just make them laugh or something like that.
Oh, Well, you found the grumpy guy.
Ah, darn.
It's
I didn't-
okay.
I didn't find Leron. I found somebody else.
All right. My my Sirenscape is
You're rather
kind of-
charismatic. Give him a rousing give him a rousing speech.
a rousing bug boy speech. Yes.
No, I was talking to Koreos,
Yeah.
but actually
Oh,
no,
Koreos.
Caxos, give him a speech.
Speech about the hive. Speech of the power of the hive.
But yeah, actually,
Well, actually, it's all about fighting as like one unit.
Yeah,
one
we all need a
empire,
blessing
whatever.
before the battle.
we need a blessing from.
The hive queen. The hive.
We need a
mother.
blessing of the hack. Does Cactus do like a special hand sign, like a prayer sign? Because Val's gonna like imitate it and just like.
I don't know
I'm
what
hoping
to
it's
tell
something
you,
that's like.
soldiers.
I'm hoping
Right?
it's something that's like insect anatomy, like his benediction is like rubbing his wings together.
Yeah. We have, the antennae. We hear. I mean, we literally hear our queen. So I don't know what to tell you guys if you don't have a hive mind. So yeah, I don't know.
Make a
Pretend you're drone. Like smells like sugar. Go for it. Woohoo!
Make a performance check for you.
This is gonna be amazing.
I got +2. Oh yeah, of course I have charisma. I'm a paladin. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No,
Also, hold on.
why?
I got a.
Wait, no, what do you roll? What do you roll?
So yeah, it's a 19.
Okay, so
Amen.
there's just like a silence kind of like washes out over the hangar bay as they all try to understand what the fuck you hear crickets, and then from the back, yeah, and like a wave, everybody just starts cheering, and you look, and way in the back you see an ant hive boy in a jumpsuit, halfway underneath a damaged mecha, oil dripping all over her. She looks greasy and her shoulders kind of exposed on the one side. And hive mind, fuck yeah!
They got me.
And so, like, apparently having won the heart of a garage, she captured them because everyone's like,
You were a little soft there, just
so. Okay, where did I cut out?
at the beginning of just having a hive, whatever.
Yeah, so there's an ant hive boy, a female. So because she's so well liked, her name is Auntie Anne. She's kind of like the dead mother for the garage. Like she helps fix up the maximum. So like she's kind of like the dead mother. They come in, bang dead. She doesn't get like the medical side of it. The Max is always banging out. But because Caxos was able to connect with her on a bug level, she got the rapport. But that makes him super popular with everybody because everybody loves Auntie Anne.
Perfect.
Yes.
So yeah, everybody gonna get in it.
Yes.
This is crazy.
My internet's controlled.
Yes, Sirenscape stopped for me.
Yeah, it's tough for me as well.
I gotta say that was a moving speech, Cax.
Thank you. I mean, I think the Hiveborn got me. So you should all listen to her when she speaks through your brains.
Very blatantly mouthing, I don't get it, to like Koreos. That was in character. Is there a symbol for like the Hive Queen? Is there like an emblem at least?
I am wearing a holy symbol of my hive.
Good.
But-
I'm gonna have to get a medallion of that next place we go to.
I think Sirens just died. It's
Uh-oh.
weird.
I felt the Hive Mother's presence through Caxos.
And I'm kind of, even though it's weak here, I am always connected to Queen Ultraxia.
Come on, guys. It's supposed to be Mex on the place power. There we go. Now we get it. Can y'all hear that now?
These from
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
These was yes.
No.
No, but our Lakshay battle suits are.
Oh no, you don't have that drift technology in these motherfuckers either.
Oh,
No,
Are
it
you
takes
sure?
one person. It only takes one person to pilot these.
there you
I
go.
was. I thought I was drifting with an alligator. Oh god, there's just an alligator in here.
All right. So, everyone getting into your positions, and as soon as everyone is back from their wherever they went, where did Faye go?
Russian break.
Okay. Matter of fact, this would be a good time for everyone else to take a break. So let's take a break right before we decide to launch into the battlefield.
Right.
Okay.
Alright,
We'll be back here in a hot 11.
Right. Let's like.
All right, gonna mute the mic until we come back.
Yeah.
Caxos's greatest, the greatest emotions I've seen from Caxos so far are unbridled enthusiasm, zealotry and hunger.
Yeah.
And I want nothing but this. This is exactly like Cactus is the perfect bug boy.
Yeah, hunger is an emotion for you.
Hunger is an
Hunger is
emotion and the
definitely
Cactus
emotion.
expresses
We
it.
are back. Welcome back,
Hi.
everybody.
Oh,
Wow.
So, all right.
I cast summon the
As we can hear now, the Mecha are all spinning up on deck, and as everyone basically gets set and locked into their deployment ahead of the jump, you hear the siren go off, warning that the dark matter engines are going to engage. And oh my God, F Sirenscape right now.
Uh-oh.
It's not cooperating with me. And I'm trying to get it to change over.
Are you okay? You sound like you got a cold.
I'm speaking low because I'm frustrated with this thing. It's ruining my dramatic moment.
Speaking of drama, I do have a question when we're back on this journey.
Well, okay.
Specifically in character.
Okay.
And
Who are you asking in character when you're on this hero's journey? Because if you have anything left to say before the fighting starts, this would be the time to say it.
there's one thing I wanted to double check first, even if it's an insight check. I want to make sure that I'm not currently being monitored and have a secure line to Kaz.
I mean, your comlink is open, and you know when you got back to the ship, you checked in with it, and you know everything is in its place. They didn't actually attach any monitoring software or bugs. You know, if you want to make an investigation check just to check out the ship, you're welcome to do so. But like you would have had ample time to go over it very thoroughly, given the time of preparation and lead that you had. And
If I had enough time, then I don't think I need to roll for it.
right, my point. So, like, I'm not going to make you roll for it. I'm just going to say is you did not find during your inspection, you didn't find anything had been tampered with in that way.
Okay. Hey, Kaz, can you hear me?
Wait, I'm with you, right?
Yeah, quick question. How much do you think the orcs will pay for this cargo?
What's the cargo?
The shit we're hauling for the others.
So, as you mentioned that, you hear like the pitter patter of footsteps and like just like a rapid fire, like little feet, just and racing up the ramp, like very out of breath, is a little gnome woman, hard to tell, female of indeterminate age, looks pretty young, with a great big red floppy hat and lugging a enormous, for her, silver suitcase. And she's like lugging this thing up the ramp. And I'm sorry, I'm late. I woke up and I overslept, and then I forgot the case. And I'm sorry. And she just is like sobbing a little bit in between, like being hyperventilated because she just drugged this fat ass case. Why she didn't think to put a levitation spell on it is anybody's guess. She looks like a spellcaster of some sort.
Do we know you? I'm
Amy.
Sorry. Oh,
I'm the researcher
Carter.
that's carrying the payload. Nice to meet you. And she holds out a hand, and it kind of like her grip sparkles a little bit with like almost like a rosy pink energy, right? Like her arcana is very floral in a way.
I'll shake her hand cautiously.
Oh yeah, she's quite pleasant. You know, warlocks, they're all very charming, but she's the kind of charming that doesn't actually set your nerves on edge. So, nice to meet you. I trust you all know where we're going.
I'd be a pilot if I didn't.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm just gonna make myself comfortable over in the couch, okay? Thanks. And she drags her suitcase over across the floor and puts it up on the couch, and then climbs up on the couch and just sits there kicking her feet and
Note
kind of
to
waiting.
self, payload and to me.
You're horrible, you know that.
wait.
I can't tell you how big my smile is right now. Throwing you a left curveball like that one.
You may live to regret it.
I don't care. This is
Okay. Well, anyway, all right. There's the thing. Sorry, I've got to look up some warlock powers here.
Cal, something in the chat for you.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So everyone gets the signal that they're about to get the warp jump, and you feel gravity start to pull in a different direction, and your vision tunnels in that familiar way as you go through the warp jump. When you come out the other side, it is It's a lot. There is already battle engaged on both sides. You can see the like out the launch base. You can see there's already like explosions and like beam fire and shit going on, all up and down the way. Now we're going to be starting with Valerie and Willow. Your detachment will launch first. You are flanked also on the other side by Lieutenant Liu and the Ashigar frame.
I assume the three of us, like Lieutenant Liu, Will, and I have just like our comm link synced up. Like we have our own channel we can go on.
Yeah. You have a communications line open between the three of you, and also between like the rest of the Lakshay forces. Like you can hear what's going on, all the chatter going all around. They do not at current have any intelligence or any locks on infiltrating the radio signal on the opposing side. And it's better to focus your attention on the conversation happening in front of you than the one happening on over there.
Right.
All right, I say best to open up this engagement with a little bit of deception. If everybody will squeeze tight on me, I'll give us a bit of cover. They won't know exactly how many of us show up. How's that sound?
Lieutenant Liu seems amenable to the idea. Whatever tricks you've got, go ahead.
All right, so
Before Willow had got anything done, she had set up her comms in a way so she's got the loudest volume is going to be everybody else, but the lowest volume, like just running background noise for her to just focus, is her little. Let's just call it what it is. It's an iPod that she has as her little trinket. It's running at the moment before they all launch. It was running Step Forward into Terror, but now it is running Iron Maiden's Aces High.
Nice. I love it.
well, you
Okay.
should broadcast that to the rest of us, and everyone get on me. You ready?
Right.
All right.
Right.
As you launch, you are given basically a path to attack through a section of the defensive line that they have identified as a vulnerability.
As soon as we all show up, assuming everyone did as I so kindly asked, I'm going to have some little gifts that I had Koreos pack for me. Gonna open up my backpack, a charge of plastic, duct tape to a whole bunch of smoke grenades. You know what this is. I'm casting Conjure Nebula. I set it out, fucking set it off, and we're all in a cloud of smoke.
All right. Well, that's interesting. About 15,000 feet away, you see there's a trio of Kilrickish fighters in kind of like a V formation flying at you, like set to match. And then behind them is one of the ramrod style, like the rammer corvettes, right? So, no, it's not a Corvette, it's a personal class ship, but it's the type that they use to like ram into people. All right, so let's roll initiatives, please.
Including the ones hanging back.
No, just the first two. Valerie and Willow, please your initiative.
Do that.
Wow, that's remarkable. I rolled 20, 19, 17.
All right, well, let's hope rolling at advantage helps me out.
16.
My first one's a 22, and I'm gonna go with the 22.
Okay, and you're on a 16. You're on a 16. Okay. All right, and what's your dex mod?
Mine or
Valerie.
Willow's? Oh, Valerie. My dex mod is +3, and so yeah, my dex mod is +3, and I got a 22. My dex score is 16.
Okay. Then you are 22 the greater. And then Kilrigs are 22 the lesser. And then Ramrod is 21. And the Ashigaru frame in Lieutenant Liu, there it is a 19.
Should we
Okay.
get a map?
This I don't have tokens for these bots, so we're just going to do this on math. So they basically on their turn are going to spend their movement and their dash to get 6,000 feet closer. So they move from 15,000 to 9,000 feet. And then Lieutenant Liu is leading the charge ahead of you two. Well, actually, it's the three of you kind of like, yeah, you're...
I actually asked
You're like
them
in a
to
slash.
pop up right behind me just so I could get that off.
Yeah, well, you have the lead on the initiative anyway, so it's you and then her and then Willow.
Okay. So I popped up, popped Cloud, and then Willow and Lieutenant showed up.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit of, they think there's only one in the cloud.
Okay. All right. How close are you moving to them? You're at 9,000 feet in closing.
I'm at 9,000 closing. Let's see, what's my movement? Movement is 3,000. Impulse is 3,000. Maneuverability. Alright. Willow. Wait, what was the lieutenant's name again? Shit.
Lieutenant Liu.
Willow. Liu. They're coming directly for us. They think there's only one person in this cloud. Keep the cloud between you and between them and you. If you want to have a little bit of surprise, when you back up as soon as I see them come out of the cloud, I'm actually going to back up out of the cloud, so the cloud's between myself and them.
Does the cloud follow you, or
No, it stays
move?
in one space.
Oh, okay, so then you are leaving it behind, or are you waiting for them to come to you?
No, like, say they are Fae. I put the
Okay.
cloud right here when I was in it, and now I'm backing out of the cloud.
Okay, so you're retreating and they're advancing, and you're
Yeah.
not advancing.
Yeah,
Okay, so your idea is for them to hang out in the cloud and ambush them as they come through?
Yes, I'm going to hang out at the back of the cloud, and I will hold an action. As soon as I see some unlucky bastard poke his way through the end of the cloud, he's going to poke his way into, whatever big long-range attack. No, wait, this doesn't have a long-range attack, does it? Do I have lasers?
Let's see.
Ronins only have the pistol and the battle cry.
Yeah, yours is the shield. Yours is the shield generator
Here's
and
the tank.
and the big stick. So you'd want to hang out in the cloud and be the one to gank them when they go by.
Okay, actually, yeah. I thought I had a gun for a second. I'm like, you two...
No,
Get out the
the
back of
laser
the cloud.
belongs to the Ashigaru, which is being piloted by Lieutenant Liu.
And I got the missiles.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
you,
Liu can hang back and like wait for them to pop into the cloud and then shoot them when they enter your area.
Willow just goes, well, we let them come to you, and then I can give them a little welcome.
alright, well, I'm going to go to the, I don't know, the right side of the cloud, because they're going to pop in the middle probably, and then I'll just bonk.
What is the area? What is the area on that cloud?
Fake. You can still kind of screw up that. It's conjuring everything. I think it's like 15 something.
1,000
Oh, it's a
foot
1,000
radius.
foot radius.
Okay, so basically like 2 squares.
Oh,
Well, it's like two. It's like 2 by 2 square.
okay.
But everything is huge in here, so okay. So it's kind of equivalent to like a 10-foot cube,
Okay, well, I guess
but
I'll
it's a
just
sphere. So
hang out in the back of that 10-foot cube and just wait for somebody to show up, I guess.
yeah, okay, all right. So you are heavily obscured, so we'll say that you have the advantage of half
And
cover.
I'm
all of you.
holding an attack action for when somebody gets up to me.
Alrighty. Okay. And then it's the lieutenant is going to hold her action. Nope, she's gonna hold her action. And then Willow, you're up.
All right, gonna hold my missile barrage until they get within 1,500 feet.
Oh, okay. Valerie, you're up on the initiative at the top of the order.
I'm at a loss because I usually have a fucking gun.
You just wanted to just hit something and you can't. Okay. So are you gonna hold your action until something just keeps holding? Until something comes in
yeah.
range? Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much am just gonna keep holding my action until I get the opportunity to bonk.
Okay, so they advance another 3,000 feet, and then they actually start splitting off. You see one bearing left and one is bearing right, and the third one's bearing directly in the center.
Let's move.
And then the ramrod is just like coming up from behind, just accelerating, not even like not changing course or nothing. You can tell that they're already like clearly aiming for the Shogun class ship behind you, the carrier that you came in on.
They're not anywhere near close to for the missiles.
What's the range on those missiles?
Max range is 4,500 feet, and the closest range is, or the
They will be
without
within
penalty.
range within the next turn. They're at 6,000 feet now,
Right.
so they will cross into your threat range, your long range. They will cross into it on the next turn.
And long range is at disadvantage, right?
It is.
All right.
All right. So we'll just go ahead and skip to the part where they actually cross into your threat range.
Right. Taking shots. at disadvantage.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Which ones are you shooting at? Are you shooting?
I can-
the kill
I
rays
can-
are front.
I can hit
Ramrod is 1,000 feet behind it.
I'm gonna take the front ones because they're the closest, and I can hit 4 targets with this.
Okay.
So first hit, it's a 23.
Okay. You can hit 2 with this.
Okay.
They're still outside of your range on the other side of the cloud from you.
Right. So I get 2 of them. That's 3d6. So they're not surprised or anything, guys.
What I'm sorry, what was your attack roll on that? I missed.
I had to roll with disadvantage because they're at my max range.
Right.
So that was a 23.
Oh, okay. You still hit. So
Right.
yes, the missile massacre is most effective and do how much damage?
That's 12 mega damage.
All right. Yeah. That takes a hefty chunk out of the first 2. Let's see here. You say 12.
12 mega force damage. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And now the Shogun actually comes online, and from behind you, now that they've drawn within range, the Ramrod is going to get targeted by the Shogun, and it's going to. You see the mouth of the Shogun itself actually like opens up, and a gigantic barrel extends forward from the mouth of the robot, and it starts churning with arcane energy, and a giant casting sigil appears over the muzzle, and a just truly mega-sized casting of acid arrow lances out and strikes at the ramrod and hits. So that does 10 mega acid damage plus another 5 at the end of the next turn. So I'm gonna mark that down. Okay. So it's this just gigantic slimy bolt of acid lances past all of you, and it buries itself pretty solidly in the side of the ramrod, and it jerks to the side for a second, but it doesn't actually change its course. So it's got a great big bubbling melting gash out the side of it, but it's still functional. Okay, Lieutenant Lou is up now, and she should be able to shoot at the other one because she should be in range of the laser. Yes, but this is a disadvantage. Oof. No, a disadvantage 7 is not going to get it. So the M laser, basically the glowing chest crystal lights up and is like, but it goes off spinning into space, and somewhere, a million light years away, somebody's going to have a very bad day. Maybe. Willow, you're up.
All right. So do I have to reroll to get my missile massacre back?
Yeah, the recharge is
I
on
did.
5 or 6.
6. Oof. Don't get it back this turn.
What do you roll?
I can roll a 2.
Nope, you do not.
Yeah. All right.
So,
is there,
you can
is there
either
any,
try to close or maintain your position and wait for them to come to you, or...
How close is the
Correct.
closest one?
So the closest one is currently at 3,000 feet away. You can get there with your movement.
Okay. First, I'm going to bonus action, just sort of just hide in the nebula, to just try and skirt around them.
Okay.
Do I need to roll stealth for that?
Yeah, please do.
Does she get advantage due to the
She
fact that
does. She's got the obscured, the heavy obscurement.
That's a
So-
soft 20.
Okay, great. Yeah, they don't know where you are. They've lost you.
So I'm going to use my movement to close, and I'm going to try and swing at them with the Uchigatana.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
That's with advantage because I'm stealth.
All right.
They don't know where I'm in, right?
Yeah, that's
Because
correct.
rogue?
You're still, yeah, you're in the cloud, and they don't know where you're coming from.
And I'm using the attack stat of the rig.
The block,
Still.
right?
Right. Just roll.
Now, are you
So
attacking
it's
the
a-
one that's been hit, or the one that has not been hit? The one of the two, the one that has not been hit, or the one of the two that have?
Go for one of the ones that has been.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 21.
Hit.
So that's B. 10. Okay, so that's not really good roll. That's 5. That's 5 just with the sword, but I can add my sneak attack to that, right?
Yes.
So this level.
important question: is the sneak attack just those dice flat or those dice in Mega?
And Mega.
Oh,
Nice.
God, I fucking love that.
You know,
So
I just
it's-
wanted to know if you...
So that's 13. That's 13 total damage to that one.
Okay. Are we calling that A, B, or C? Because A and B have been hit, C has not.
We're gonna call that whichever one looked the most damage. I would have gone for.
Okay, so A and B are about looking the same amount of messed up because they both took missiles to the face.
Okay, so that would be probably, let's go with A.
Okay, so A takes how much more damage?
That was 13 total mega slashing damage,
Okay.
as well as
It's
just
still up, but it is extraordinarily hurt. Your sword, flashing in out of the black, cuts through a vital, like, basically cable link that severs a lot of functionality, and the frame is like, or the ship itself starts listing, like, badly to one side, and like smoking heavily, and like it was already like, it's a kill rig, so it's already like, you know, the junkyard
smoking.
portion of starships, but this thing is looking extra not held together.
yeah, this thing is basically a 40k orc ship.
It really is.
Yeah. Does she have any more movement left, or did that take all my?
You have used your full movement.
All right. Okay, good.
Wait, did they enter the cloud?
They they entered the periphery of the cloud. They've got, like, one went to the middle of it, so there's the one player B, they got the missiles in the face, went to the center. A, the one that just got stabby, went to the top
triggers
side.
my action. That
Okay.
triggers my held action.
Well, then let's go.
All right. Has player B attacked yet?
They have not.
So I would assume I still get advantage on
would.
attacking them. All right. Well, I'm just as soon as they enter, they just see big baseball runner up here with the tattoo bow going in for fucking grand slam.
Nice. Bring it.
Let's see. Let's go crit fishing because I'm pretty sure 26 does hit.
Oh yeah.
A nat 20. Fuck.
All right.
Nice.
Sage, we need the charge.
Already got it. Just tell me the numbers.
Roll that d100.
The other one was a 19, so I'm just feeling this like Ronin. It truly is an extension of me.
So what's your D100 score?
Oh, I need to roll a D100. Shit.
Yeah, for the crit. Also, you got to roll your damage, so it's double your damage dice.
Alright, my D100 is an 86, and let me find those damage dice so I can roll them.
Oh yeah, 86'd them. Love it.
Let's see. 2d6 plus 3.
Ah.
We double that because
2d6 plus 3, so am I rolling 46 plus 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the crit
Oh.
result is the target cannot take an action on its next turn.
Especially since I think you just knocked its head off.
That's it. That's 22 mega damage.
Holy fucking shit. Yeah, you do. How do you want to do this?
See, my immediate response is like, I want to play baseball, but no, I think I know Valerie well enough. She doesn't know how to use a maul. Well, okay, she knows how to use a maul, but she's not used to it, so she just lunges forward like a sword and just puts the maul straight through the cockpit out the other side.
Oh. That's rough. Blunt force trauma to the cavities. Somebody
And just-
call the proctologist.
And the little, like, dude is just flying off in space.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, so I just do that and just rip it out, and there's just shrapnel
Player B
everywhere.
Defeated.
Well, I'm happy. I don't think casting Hunter's Mark on anybody would let me deal mega damage with that Hunter's Mark damage,
I
so...
don't think so. Does
Nah.
Willow see this, by the way?
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's pretty dark in there. It's pretty obscured. So
Actually,
you're
let me
hiding
see.
out in the cloud next to her. So we'll say you had each other's backs to, and like you can see, like just out of the corner of your eye, like barely make out, like this thing getting ripped by the Tetsubo.
Wait, I want to look up something about it.
As it's like sparking out and like dying and exploding on the thing as it's getting speared, right?
If I...
Like dramatic explosions in the clouds.
No, I don't... Part of me wants to just drop concentration just to show off for Willow, but the other part of me just saying knows better.
That's smart. Okay, so that was your held action, right?
That was my held action, yep.
Okay, cool. The ramrod is going to keep driving, and it's going to try and push past you all. So I need opportunity attacks from... actually, I need opportunity attacks from all three of them. So the Senate Blue is going to take one and not get it.
So since we're in the cloud, do we have advantage to attack it because they can't see us, or
I'll say no because this is like you barely missed it on the way. Like you almost didn't see it yourself coming through.
Right, got
Because
it.
it's just making a beeline. It's just going right for the Shogun.
19.
Okay, that does get it.
Right.
I want to do an opportunity attack, but I'm pretty sure held action requires using your reaction. So I think that's my reaction.
It's another 8 mega slashing damage.
Well, no, I mean like a held action was like your held action, right?
Okay,
So-
cool. In which case, has the ramrod acted in combat yet?
It's moving. It's not. I mean, it hasn't done anything. It's just moving.
So
It's not
I get
firing
my.
anything.
So do
No,
I get my
it's just.
advantage?
Yeah, you can have your advantage.
Yes. All right.
That's not like a limited to like once a turn, is it?
No, it's limited to if that person. Once somebody does attack in combat, then I no longer get that.
Okay.
It's just I can use it on people who haven't acted yet, and that was a pair of soft 20s
Okay, great. Those hit.
because I'm a
How much
sniper.
damage did you get, Willow?
That was 8 mega slashing damage.
Thank you.
I'm a monster if nobody knows I'm there. That's my whole class.
Same.
All right, that's 7 mega damage.
Okay. All right, and Lieutenant Lou whiffed it, so she's useless. Okay, and that's its turn. Lieutenant's action. She misses again, trying to hit the ramrod on the way by, so she's kind of panicky a little bit,
As a free action, can I just say to her, and y'all were worried about us?
right? Lieutenant is not having a good day. Willow, you're up.
Right. Willow's kind of feeling it now after having gotten 2 really solid hits on these things.
Yeah.
She just like grins. She's like, "Fuck yeah, we're having fun now!" And she switches over her song list to "Marching Off to War" by Motorhead.
Wow. I love it.
And the thing that I hit was still up, right?
Yeah, barely hanging on though. Like this kill rig is definitely like it's extra smoky right now.
Right. She's gonna go over the comms. Just go, "Val, you got this."
Oh, I got it. Have it. Do your thing.
Right. She's going to just for flair. She's going to make her full movement towards the ramrod. But what she's gonna do is she's going to just kick off of the thing she had just slashed initially and try and just propel herself through space, all cool like.
Fine. I'll say while yanking your sword out of the combat.
All right. And I'm going to take a swing at this thing.
All right.
Oh, or should I? Would I be able to bonus action hide if I get this thing? Or
Bonus action hide. There's nowhere to hide anything outside of it. Moved out and past it
oh,
now.
okay, right. No worries. I will still take a swing at this thing.
Wait, what am I taking care of? I thought you were asking if I was taking care of the ramrod.
No,
There's,
it's like
there's one that's like 90%.
yeah.
Oh, I'll clean that up. I'll clean that up.
And there's
Yeah.
another one that's like half messed up, half okay on the other side of the cloud.
Yeah, there's the one that's just still impaled on your Tetsubo. Right. So yep, taking a shot. That's 16.
Against the ramrod. That
Yeah,
hits.
yes, remember. Nice.
Okay.
Let's see. 13 mega slashing damage, max damage. Ooh, nice. Yeah, don't get sneak attack on that.
All right. It's starting to leak oil or something, some kind of the black drippy flamey kind. Top of the initiative, Valerie, you're up.
All right, the one that Willow had, the one that Willow whittled down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy has already attacked, so I don't get advantage. Unless, wait, he has, right?
What?
The one
Oh
that
yeah, he's already. Yeah, he hasn't acted on this round, but he's acted already in the combat.
Yeah, it's just in combat in general. Once you act in combat, I no longer have that advantage. Right, well,
I'm going to just gonna roll.
in which case I'm. Wait, what?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I'm just gonna roll to try and get my missiles back.
Okay.
Yeah, get 'em.
God, the smart move is to hit him with the Tetsubo. The dramatic move, though. No, I don't have proficiency with humanoids or mech, so I can't really do that. I'm just gonna go run and just bonk him with the Tetsubo. So, will a 23 do it?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
You crunch this thing. It's satisfying. It crumbles like a tin can under your tender ministrations, and the engine sputters and dies, and then explodes outward.
I'm assuming it had less than 3 mega points.
It had way less than 30 mega points. It was hanging on barely.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so no even need to roll damage. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that one's dead. There's still another one that's like halfway there. Is that your whole turn?
How much movement would I have needed to get to that guy that I needed to clean up?
That would have been like just using 1,000 to 3,000 movement to get to him from where you were.
And how far away is the other dude?
We'll say it'll take you the rest of your movement to get to him across the length of the cloud.
Okay, I'm going to just speed up toward him as fast as possible, and I don't think I have anything to do as a bonus action, so I'm just gonna like beef in his face, and can I put myself between him and advancing towards my friends?
I mean, yeah, if you want.
Okay, that's exactly what I want to do. If he wants to get to them, he's got to deal with me.
Okay. Well, as it happens, it's his turn, and funny enough, dealing with you up close and personal is exactly what he likes to do.
All right, I just speaking to the open mic, just open a channel with him, bring it, punk, and then close the channel.
Okay.
Watch the DM not 20 me now.
So the weapons bay opens up in the front of the kill rig, and out of it extends a gigantic chain ripper. And you see like the engine starts turning over, and this thing starts spinning faster and faster and faster. And
God, it's Megatron.
It lunges at you.
Oh geez.
It got a fucking nat 1. I can't even.
Does that
Yes.
provoke?
Well, it doesn't provoke an opportunity attack, but it provokes a roll on the crit fail chart. So let's go. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting this fight to be such a cakewalk.
Valor used her most powerful ability, taunting.
Okay, 53. What's 53 on the crit fail chart?
53. In the process of executing your attack, you trip in 5 feet forward.
Okay, so it goes to swing at you, but ends up somehow like over swinging and out of control, and kind of drifts ass over boots, so that the engine is now pointing itself like downward in the galactic plane, to where the saw blade is no longer pointing at your nithers.
Blessed.
And it can be considered prone. That's embarrassing. Wow, I have cat dice tonight.
Alright. That's... I opened the channel back up. Are you okay?
No, okay, so it's the Ramrod's turn, and it's going to use its whole turn to try and ram the Shogun class ship, and this target ship takes 11 mega bludgeoning damage, and this ship takes 5 mega bludgeoning damage. So that, and all right. So the ramrod has crunched into the side, like the shoulder of the Shogun class ship, and it looks like it's trying to like break off the access to the arm, or like maybe even sever the arm from the rest of the ship. And it's just like digging in and like firing its engines as hard as it can, and it's starting to like put sheer stress on the ship itself. So that's what it's doing. In turn, the ship is going to respond to being rammed by shooting back at it a lot with autocannons, pulse cannons, excuse me. 3 of them, in fact. So this is it. Okay, and 13 more mega radiant damage, which causes it to explode. So there's one last burst of defiant laser light from the eyes of the Shogun class as it looks over at the ramrod digging into its shoulder, and it laser eyes like the king of all cosmos, and it explodes away in a brilliant flash of multicolored mushroom-looking light. Rip Ramrod.
Or Ramrod.
Yeah, so with that, you'll all hear a burst of static, and Captain Long will come over the comms and say, all right, the line is clear. Kalahar, you're clear to take off.
We still got one more bogey out here.
I know, this is good enough. Finish the job.
Understood.
And Lieutenant Liu will actually take her turn and finally hit something. She rolled on the M laser and got to recharge and got to attack. Hit the last skill rig, and that's gonna do. Oh my god! 22 radiant damage. The beam of light lances the kill rig, skewering it like a shrimp stick. It hangs in space and then a small cluster of bomb explosions goes off on the one side, a second cluster goes off on the second part, and then the entire thing splits in half, rending, and the field is clear.
Captain Lou. Gosh darn, that was good. Wait, what'd you say?
Calla.
Yeah, I said punch him.
Okay, alright. So as you leave the ship, you see that on either side, about 20,000 feet on either side of it, the defensive line is starting to pull in and starting to try and reinforce. So 2 more ramrods, 1 on either side, and 2 more kill rigs. So it's like 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. And also a larger, like even more threatening Orchid ship start coming in. There's only 1 of them. What they call a supercharger. Starts bearing in from the right side. So your path ahead is clear. You have, looks like 6,000 feet to clear the, most really it's 5,000, but to clear the ship before you can begin engaging your warp drive. So I assume you're going to be using your action to dash and also to fly your full speed?
That would be correct, but I do have one quick question.
What's that?
Would it require my action to try and open communication?
Talking is a free action.
Well, it's not going to be on my radio frequencies.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the ports.
Okay, make a data check.
That would be a 10.
Okay. You find a really nice radio station that plays some classical orc music, but the military comm channels appear to be eluding you.
So would that be considered my action, or?
No, just the action would be to push the engines, like to go faster.
Okay.
So you will clear, you'll clear the wake zone, as it were, within 1 round, and then like at the beginning of your next turn, you can engage the drive. I will say this: unless y'all intend to engage with the rest of these ships, you probably want to be reminded of the slip grips. So I'm going to need you 2 to make an acrobatics check to fly alongside the ship and then attach the device to the hull.
This is...
And Calamity, I need you to make a piloting check to make sure that you're flying steady enough for them to be able to accomplish what they have to do.
So that is a... I don't get advantage on this, do I?
No, because this is something you've never really had to do before. We're just relying on your natural dexterity as it stands.
Right, so that's a 14.
Okay. You do manage to clear the DC.
I got a 15.
Okay. You got 1 slight, just slight, but it's good enough. So there's a loud clanking and like banging as the 2 mecha basically clamber over the ship and latch on these giant magnetic suction cups, essentially. And there's kind of like a ripple of static as the dark matter envelope changes to align itself with the ship that you're attached to. It's a bit like a little static charge. Kalahari, you can trigger the warp drive when you're ready.
Yeah, I got a 28.
On your piloting check?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Smooth as silk. So
See,
yeah,
Will and I
everything
just
green.
got in position and I was just like, all right, I'll pick these losers up.
All right. You'll get a flyby from Lieutenant Liu in the Ashigaru frame, and you'll also see just behind her flank on the other side a streak of red and gold fire as a giant red dragon mecha streaks past and belches a gout of flame at one of the oncoming kill rigs. It's apparent that Captain Long has joined the fight.
In response to that, Willow just like grins like an idiot and punches a couple of things on her. Would I be able to? Could I send an audio file to them?
I imagine if you hurry.
Yeah, she's going to just hastily just punch in a few things, and she's going to send one of the songs from her playlist to like as many as she can, as many fires as she can, and it's 3 Inches of Blood's Kill Destroy the Orcs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with the assistance of the good captain and Lieutenant Liu, they are able to fend off any further attacks, and you are able to make your jump unmolested. The coordinates they provided are spot on, and you land within 2 minutes space travel time of the next nearest maw, which is actually pretty solidly in Lakshay territory. They took a 4 jump trip and turned it into a 1 jump trip for you. So you could also consider that part of your fee. They did some of your legging for you. But you are granted docking permission and a warm welcome from one of the Lakshay authorities, and are requested to debrief with them immediately and submit the Mecha for basically for repair and any cleanup that needs to be done.
As soon as they dock, Willow, with just no respect for decorum at all, just gets out of the cockpit and just throws her hands in the air and just goes, "That was fucking awesome!"
All right. So the docking procedure, this one blessedly does not go awry, and everything is a smooth sailing this time. It's nice, actually. It's kind of refreshing to not have something happen that makes you go, uh-oh, every time you decide to land in a new place. The little red-hatted warlock hops down off of the bench and says, "Have we arrived yet?"
I want to be a smartass, but just a quick answer. Yes.
Okay. Well, that was a lovely trip. It was very smooth. You must be very good. I'm sure they hired one.
Hired. Right.
Okay. Well, I've got something I need to do really quick. Can I get you to hold the payload for me for like 5 minutes before we turn it over to the Lakshay? Okay. So I need you to make an opposed charisma check, please.
I'm not sure I want to pass it.
While that's going on, very opposite to Willow, Val is getting out, just pops open the hood, stands up. Well, that was refreshing. Hey, Val, want to go get some grub here in a minute?
Val?
Willow, fuck. I said my own name.
It's all good. Willow
Talking to
Willow
herself.
is... So we're still in the did we just like...
literally just standing in our cockpits.
No. When you landed in the landing bay, for lack of you were able to disembark from your Gundam, your Gundams.
Our Gundams, yes.
Your Mecha. You were able to disembark from your Mecha and detach off of the side of the ship. It was a little tricky trying to climb down without damaging the hero's journey, but you managed to make it.
Val 100% accidentally left like 1 or 2 packages of plastic still in there.
21 opposed charisma.
Pardon?
21 opposed charisma check. Effectively with the answer, no, it's not my job.
Okay, well, she's being very persuasive with a 23. She would really like you to hold on to this for a few minutes.
I feel so damn.
Well, you can blame this ultra cute and ultra charismatic warlock and a little bit of dice luck for this one. She's gonna get kind of a fleeting look and like lean in a little closer. And it's like, look, you can't let this go into any military faction. It's not safe.
I'm sorry, is she whispering into my kneecaps?
Yes, she really is.
And due to warlock magic, you hear it in your ears.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's into that.
So where's everybody else while she's having this chat with Kala?
So I think
else?
that this is the perfect time for me to be coming out of the engine room.
Willow is just having. She's still in the cockpit of the mech, looking like she needs a cigarette.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like your style. That's very appropriate.
Val just shot Willow a text like, "Hey, I got some extra plastic over here. I'm gonna hand it to you to leave in the Lakshay. I just want to fuck with him. Make him concerned for a minute. But really, like, these belong to Chris. We need to get it back to him soon."
Okay. So,
Hey.
yeah, the little red-hatted warlock is going to look up at Kala with those big pleading eyes. Look at this! How can you weaponize this? And she's going to open up the latch on the chest, and throw it open, and there's a hiss and a gout of like cryo steam, and a dog sits up out of the box and kind of shakes itself off and scratches behind one ear casually and looks up and barks at you. And as it does, a little gout of laser light streaks past your ear and burns a very small hole in the deck plate behind you. And as it yips, it almost immediately regrets it and kind of like hunkers down and whimpers, and you can see sparks coming out of its nose when it does. It's wearing like a really charming red bandana with like a little pattern on it. And you can see every once in a while it's kind of like it's scratching at itself almost as if it had like fleas or something, but Of course, that's ridiculous because there's no fleet, right? They wanted to turn this into a weapon.
I really was daunting now.
You've got to
Dog
get it
and
out
the
of here.
warlock just
We'll take really, really good care of it.
Oh, thank you. I knew I could trust.
okay, hold up. No, that was not my fucking answer. And oh no, I'm sorry. You came out of the engine.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that
I apologize. I forgot you.
The dog just got adopted by the fish.
No,
As long as it doesn't split into different colors.
by
No.
all means, if you want to walk up and take this dog and box, by all means. I have absolutely no wants to take this cargo whatsoever.
well, I'm not there, but if you know there's an animal expert within the party.
Yeah.
So you do
Yeah.
you do what you need.
I'm sure Val will be able to take great care.
Here, I need the box though. I have to finish what I started. Thank you all so much. Just get it far away from here. Just get it away.
Great,
Thank you.
I look longingly over at the airlock.
I got-
As she's like scampering down the hatchway and like trying to get out.
Yeah, Cass?
I cast speak with animals.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a couple of rules if you wanna travel with us.
It sits up and looks at you attentively and
Not
just
a
like
regret, not be here
like
for
what is this? What they call sitting pretty, where he just like ears up, attention, just like very intelligent. This dog.
God,
Okay.
having ears, my name.
You don't shoot any lasers inside.
And he wags his tail a little bit
Okay. And you don't bark at night.
and wags again.
When is
I
night in space?
When,
All the
when
time.
I
Sleeping
sleep.
sleeping
You don't bark when I sleep.
Yeah, the dog wags his tail again.
Okay. If you do that, I will feed you
Okay.
stuff. What do you eat?
Arsenic?
It's gonna tilt its head a little bit and like it's gonna whimper. It's not really sure how to communicate to you that it can't talk without zapping you. But it's going to try by telling you that while it zaps you.
Yeah, you can at least shoot me. I don't know.
Sorry. To be fair, they're really holding back, and it only stings for like 1 point,
Okay.
but it's radiant damage. You might want to try talking from behind a shield.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I mean, it counts as like energy damage. Like my
Mhm.
shield, I think it would block that.
Yeah,
1
it
point
would
of
absorb
damage.
that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll work in the short term. But basically it will explain that it was basically a research pet, or not a pet, but a research project animal that was designed to be like an infiltrator and like a spy and also like deep plant assailant. And they were designed to be ultra cute and ultra approachable and ultra endearing. But that this particular specimen was abducted from the lab that it was being worked on before they were able to implant all of its combat code, I guess. So it's an incomplete project, and it's got all the charm and all the cuteness, and it can cast spells, but it's not really. It's scaredy cat. It doesn't like to fight.
Okay. So last question: what's your name and pronouns?
It does not understand the concept of pronouns or gender as you understand it. It's just dog, and there's only dog. But it doesn't care what you call it. But if you wanted to pick out a name, that would be neat because it only ever had a number before and it didn't like it.
Okay, so be a good creature and don't destroy the ship and do the cute thing.
Okay, it'll lick your
Right.
hand as a
No,
as a
not
response
to, not
that.
to me. To the rest of the group. You're too fluffy for me.
Oh, it'll whine a little bit and turn it to your
No, it's a good thing. I mean, I don't want to hurt you.
Okay, it'll wag a little for that, and then it'll just like trot out and kind of like start sniffing around and making its self kind of at home on the ship, and we're gonna end there because it's 9:17. So thank you for sticking with me, and welcome, Leo. The name can be changed, but that's what I had in my DM notes.
Wait,
What was that?
Little cutie of Bork.
Aw,
Oh.
little cutie fork.
An animal was brought onto the ship, and I was outside flirting with Willow. No. I was doing exactly what's in character.
So, do the orcs know what hot dogs are?
I feel like
I-
hot dogs originated as orc food. Honestly,
I was gonna feel like force meat and
Yeah.
intestine-based sausage casing is probably a very orcish food. Anyway, so we're going to end the episode here, and thanks everyone. Do you want to do plugs tonight, or are we just gonna call it?
I mean, there is my usual. Every Wednesday I play. Oh, not every, most Wednesdays I'm part of a D&D stream on twitch.tv/Freya the Freak, where I play Kobold Monk. I punch things in an apocalyptic desert where everything is horrible except our friends and the power of friendship. But I believe there's also another Wednesday game that someone else plays in here, or is that someone else like from the RPG?
Yeah, it's US and Sage are in the Krenz Valley game.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what, yesterday? Was that?
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Yep.
I'm-
So
Alright. Uis does amazing artwork. You should hire him. He does a lot of artwork for me. He does a lot of monsters sometimes too, so watch
I
out.
will regret every single one of them.
Just make
And-
sure you design equally badass armor to make out of these monsters.
Yeah, right.
And everything will be okay. Alright, well, if that's it, then I will say goodnight, everyone, and thanks for playing.
Yeah, everybody.
Good night.
hey.
Dark Matter is copyright Mage Hand Press. Check them out at mfov.magehandpress.com. Sound effects by Sirenscape Online, the premier solution for your virtual tabletop RPG sound effects needs. $22 every other month gets you access to Sirenscape's library of hundreds of curated music and sound effect packages. From swords to spells to starships, if you need sound, you need Sirenscape Online. Check them out at sirenscape.com. Zap the Laser Corgi and Snickle Socks, if you appear today, appear courtesy of the Retroverse. Check them out at lasersandliches.com. Radical.